Alright, what's up, guys? It's Kieran here. I'm back with another good video for today. I wanted to recap on Jaron Ennis versus Sergey Lipnets. I wanted to basically talk about the fights that happened yesterday between Jaron Ennis and Sergey and Benn versus Vargas. Both of those fight cards. So let's talk about it. So, yeah, let's get right into it. It was a pretty good fight card. You had Jaron Ennis, some, Filipino fighter that fights under the stable of Manny Pacquiao's promotion, and some Mexican guy that went at it. And I forgot what the second fight was. I believe the second fight was between... I don't remember. Shit. Man, what was it, the second fight? The second fight. Man, I keep forgetting. The second fight. I think I could look that up on my computer. Let's see. Actually... yeah, the second fight was, I don't know, but I'll get back into that. But basically, it was a decent fight card. It was very competitive, like always. I like watching Showtime boxing. They do their thing. But it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. Very fun to watch. And the fights always come out quicker. So they always make sure that those fights are always on time. And yeah, it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. Or all the fights were. I'm going to probably touch on the Benn versus Vargas card. There's only 3 fights that I actually liked out of that. But the 3 fights that I did enjoy was Miss Ebony Bridges versus Shannon Courtney. Very good fight. And I want to say shout out to both of them because I really do enjoy watching them fight. Ebony fought a good fight, but unfortunately she did not come out with the victory. She suffered a really brutal, eye, like not an eye injury, but her eye was like completely bloated in the fight, and it just looked really horrible. I was hoping she was okay, but unfortunately she suffered a very bad eye, I would say bruise that really bloated really high in the fight. And I was hoping she did not suffer any possible injury. So thank God she didn't. She confirmed it. But I really hope Ebony is okay. Because, shit like that, man, is really dangerous. And that's why, the saying goes, you don't play boxing, and that's the same thing for wrestling. You don't play wrestling. I know people in wrestling that have broken their necks in certain matches, and it's not fun. And I'm pretty sure somebody could suffer a brutal eye injury in wrestling too. So boxing is definitely the same principle, and making sure that you check out your health and safety before you call it quits. But shout out to Ebony and shout out to Shannon. Very strong women. Overall, I really thought that fight could have went either way. Ebony was pressuring Shannon. It didn't seem like Shannon really wasn't hurting Ebony. Basically, Ebony was just getting hit too much. So, the damages kind of just carried over. So, Shannon really caught her, at the right times where Ebony was leaving herself wide open. And maybe that's why Ebony really did lose that fight. And I can agree on that. Because the thing is that, why would you ever think that that anybody that doesn't have defense in boxing can make it far in tougher fights like world title fights? And I think Ebony, she is a great fighter. I'm not going to put anything against her. She just needs to work on more tools in the toolbox defensively, and she would have definitely defeated Shannon. I really don't think Shannon really had all the tools to really defeat Ebony. She just got lucky to just catch her off guard, and then that's what made Ebony get pummeled for like certain rounds. But either way, it's like, you know, Ebony, obviously was green coming into the fight. Same thing with Shannon. Shannon's never been in a tough fight before. I think either way that the fight itself was competitive, and like Ebony says, that's what women's boxing needs, and I full-heartedly agree with that, because the thing is that why is it that we have to see these women fight 2-minute rounds? Why can't it just be 3-minute 12 rounds just like the men? Like I don't give a shit about 2-minute rounds. Two-minute rounds are so goddamn boring. And I don't even think about the fight. I just think about other stuff, and it just seems like the female bouts always go out quicker than the male bouts, and it's just never getting any better. See, now, my only issue with women's boxing is the competition being matched up. Why can't more women just come together and just start fighting in, like, competitive tournaments? See, now, I would like to see fight leagues in boxing. I think that would be a very good, that would be a very good setup to have. And if you could do that, that will definitely help the sport. I think if you look at it from the UFC's perspective, or even the NBA, they're both competitive. Nobody's avoiding anyone, and who's gonna fight who. And I think that's what's needed in women's boxing. I think it makes all the sense in the world, because if the women do want to fight, but one girl's on PBC and the other girl's on Top Rank, why should it be between promoters to prevent the fight from happening? Like that, that shit doesn't make any sense, because all you're doing is that you're holding up all the fights that could be made that are being prevented in the sport of boxing. So you're making all these fights to be milked out sooner, or to be milked out later in the future, and you don't know if the fight's going to happen or not, because either of these women could go a completely different direction instead of fighting each other now. So I think, like, every time when a girl steps up in competition, she should fight all of her contemporaries that call her out or that want to fight her, because it makes all the sense in the world to solidify the legacy and to make her career better as a fighter. See, now, for all you idiots that say, oh, that's not a good idea, mate, you're just being rubbish. How the fuck am I being rubbish? How the hell am I being stupid when I'm saying that the best should always fight the best every single day? When I used to wrestle in high school, I went 27-3. I did not just become a good wrestler. I naturally got better with wrestling. And I only did wrestling for 2 years in high school. I was super green in the sport. But when I was facing JV, varsity-ish level competition, I was getting good. And then when I went to tournaments and I lost, let's just say a couple matches, guess what? I got better from it. So why can't I, as an up-and-coming boxer, do the same exact thing? I know why. Because people do look out for their fighters, but the promoters and the politics behind boxing is so racist to prevent good fights from happening. Jaron Ennis should be beating the living crap out of Terrence Crawford, but Bob Arum is not pushing for that fight, because he knows damn well what the hell's going to happen to Crawford when he gets knocked out. He does not want a tough fight that is going to ruin his career. That is why so many fighters, including Crawford, I think, I could be wrong, that want to protect their undefeated record. Because if you are so worried about your record, you would not be in boxing at all. You would want to quit, because you'd be like, damn, this, like, all the competition is too tough right now. I'm not going to do this. But when you compare it to the greats in boxing, they don't give a shit. Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting, like, once or twice, like, every other week. And he was, like, beating the living crap out of everyone. And the greatest example ever of him not caring about his losses was when he lost to Jake LaMotta by knockout. Jake LaMotta beat the crap out of him. he said, yo, you're not going to do anything to me, Sugar, or Ray. And then Ray was like, oh, really? Yo, let's run it back. And then he's like, okay, sure. And then when he fought Jake again, he beat the living crap out of Jake. And then even though that Jake was still standing, he said, oh, you still couldn't knock me out. Which he did knock him out, but it was more like a reference to saying to Sugar that you don't have power to beat me, and you had nothing up against me other than just throwing wild punches at me. And if you look at the fight of the rematch, he destroyed Jake. He made Jake's face all bruised up, all completely clambered or clobbered, and it was just bad. But either way, Sugar Ray Robinson definitely was great for his time. And, people like that is like fighters that I like watching because he wanted to become great regardless of what the record shows. Because if he could go at least 100 wins and very few losses, then, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that in whatever I want to do in my career as a boxer? Which I'm not saying I will ever become a boxer, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm focusing on any other career, no matter how many times I fall, I can make it a reality by putting my mind to it. Because that's where successful people are born. They're born by being made into one. So I think for the sport of boxing, for females and men, it should be on the same level. So that way every fighter can improve. No matter what you try to say to a fighter, say, oh, he shed. They can't win a title. He can't win a title. She can't win a title. But why? Why do you say that to them when they have the potential to get up there? Just because Virgil Ortiz is not fighting a guy like Jaron Ennis does not mean he can go for a world title and get a shot with Terence Crawford. Virgil Ortiz stylistically can beat Terence Crawford. I'm not saying that he will beat Terence Crawford, but to an odd percentage, he could have the probability to beat Terence Crawford. The issue is that Terence Crawford knows his limits of where he is now. He's coming to the very end of his career, but for a guy like Virgil Ortiz to say, I don't care, if I'm ready or not ready, I just want to fight, it still shows that he's interested to just take the risk with a guy like Terence Crawford. But who knows? If Terence Crawford beats the crap out of Virgil Ortiz, okay, fine, I was wrong, guys, but hey, Virgil Ortiz has more balls than you to step in that ring to fight a lion, if not a dragon in the den. No, a dragon in the ring of fire that is willing to burn your face alive. And that is a very, very difficult fight. Nobody does that in any sport other than boxing or wrestling. Who knows? But in boxing, that is where real men shine. That is where real men put their hearts on the line, lives on the line, and who has the real mentality in the corner to live as a warrior. Who has the titan behavior to sustain a rough, rugged battle and fight to the very end. And that is what boxing is about. The best always fighting the best. And same thing with wrestling, but particular for boxing, the best are always fighting each other. That's how it should be for women's boxing. So shout out to Shannon, shout out to Ebony. I love both of you. I was picking Ebony to beat Shannon, but Shannon came out without the victory. Yeah, yippee. Britain for the win, mate. But it's just like really funny because like all these British people say like, oh yeah, British fighters are good, blah blah blah, and I'm just sitting here like, no, dude, British fighters are like sea-level fighters, and if it were to just come to anybody, let's just say if we look at BoxRec and we look at Shannon Courtney's division, you can tell that the good fighters that are really in the division, let's see, Courtney, BoxRec, yeah, you can see right here that in her division, I'm pulling it up. Well, the best girl in her division is that piece of shit cheater, Johan Luna. That's a lady that I believe cheated against Mariana Juarez. But yeah, if she fought Mariana Juarez or Zelina Mulan or cheating bitch Johan Luna, I think Shannon O'Connell, she could definitely lose. Or no, Shannon Courtney. Yo man, I'm sorry. I get mixed up without the names, but yeah, I think Shannon will have like a really tough fight, or even Deborah Denicius. That'll be a tough fight too. I'd like to see that. And yeah, I would say that's pretty much it. Yeah, you have Jasiv Noriega. That's that one Mexican fighter. She's pretty good. Alyssa Sanchez from Venezuela. She's pretty good, but I think at this point she just really needs to probably just unify like all the titles and she'll be fine. But yeah, beat the crap out of Johan Luna. That'll be a good fight to see. Or if you want, probably go after Zelina Munoz. Actually, no, she doesn't have a belt. Zelina does not have a belt. She is a damn good fighter. I love that woman to death. Rachel Ball? No, she doesn't have it. Who has the IBF and the WBA and WBO? Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense. Who has the other belts? I know the WBO is vacant, so that's out of the way. I'm just trying to figure out who has, like, all the other, like, I don't get it. Like, Box.live. Hold on. Box.live. Hold on. Female bantamweight rankings. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why can't they just set it to that level? Yeah, bantamweight. Yeah, bantamweight for females. But we want it for the female division. What the hell, man? Yeah, Raymar Caballo. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Fuck that motherfucker. Let's see. Where's the females? Hello? Yeah, that sucks. Female rankings, box.live. Box.live. Come on, man. That doesn't make any damn sense. Come on. Yeah, they only have it for men, but they don't have it for females. That's like absolutely garbage. That's hella garbage. Jesus. I don't know. They don't have any of what the females. They have boxing rankings only for men. That's that's really disrespectful. Jesus. Hold on. Female bantamweight, female bantamweight rankings. I'm trying to look it up on my computer. I apologize. Yeah, I don't know. Because the females that hold the WBA for bantamweight would probably be, Mariana Juarez. Oh no, Mariana Juarez, she lost her belt. Yeah, Maria Cecilia Roman. She could be, Maria Roman. That's the lady that defeated that other lady, Carolina, I forgot her name. She's from Argentina. But yeah, Shannon Courtney, she probably just won the WBA regular belt because who has the WBA World Championship belt? Yeah, so is that vacant? I'm confused though. Like, Shannon Courtney has the WBA. Yeah, like I don't understand that. Like, does she have the WBA belt? Doesn't make any sense. Like I don't get it. Either she has the belt or I don't understand. She's a new WBA match for promotion. Oh, so I guess if she is the WBA champion, like either if she's like the regular champion or super champion, it doesn't even matter because it doesn't make any damn sense. Like, all these belts need to go in boxing. There just needs to be like 4 1 title belts. And if you want to fight for the belt, you go for the interim belt before you fight the champion for the belt. That's how the belt should be. Because if you really think about it, it makes all the sense in the world to do that. So I don't understand why they do it like that. So either way, I mean, she has like a lot of how should I say? She has like a lot of options where she could go from there. She could fight. Let's see. I mean, if we're looking at it from the bantamweight division, not sure. Yeah, Johan Luna. She has the WBC. The WBO is vacant, so she could fight either of these ladies, like Georgelina. No, probably not Georgelina. I know she's gonna fight Rachel Ball, so Rachel Ball is gonna be in the way. And then if she is successful for her, or if she's successful after beating her, she could probably fight one of these top 12 ladies in the division, like maybe Mary Romero, Diana Rodriguez, Rosalinda Rodriguez, Maureen Shea. Very big time veteran. Not really so good of competition. But if she wants to unify all the belts, I'd probably say that the toughest fight would probably be like the Johan Luna fight. But either way, those would be some good ideas for her in the future. But if she wants to move up in weight, she has other fights like, over at 122 with Marilyn Riva. She's a really good fighter. She's a WBA world champion. Very, very good. You have Yamalith Mercado. That's a good Mexican fighter. Marcela Ocuna, big time veteran from Argentina. Dina Thorslund. Know that girl. She's from Denmark. Very good fighter. So I mean, there's plenty of options for Shannon if she wants to go that way. But I think at this point, it just seems like that she could really probably just stay at bantamweight and then slowly move up if she wants to. But even if you even try to come up to featherweight, you got Amanda Serrano like sitting right there. So it's gonna be very tough to see where that goes. I'm really hoping Amanda could fight Sarah Matfoot. Get her out the way, and then go after Jelena, Merjanovic. So I think that would be very fun to watch, and that will be history for Miss Queen Amanda. But either way, very good fight overall for Shannon and Queen Ebony, or Queen Ebony and Queen Shannon. So yeah, let's go on with the second fight. We had Savannah Marshall defeat Maria Lindenberg. I don't really want to talk about that fight. I just want to criticize what Savannah said about Clarissa Shields, stating that Clarissa, she doesn't want any piece of me. Clarissa is the type of fighter to run away from fighters like myself. I'm only paraphrasing, but either way, I'm just going to say that Clarissa would annihilate Savannah at this point. I don't think Savannah has all the tools in the toolbox to beat Clarissa, and I think she knows that from the amateur days when she fought Clarissa in the Olympics years ago. But I don't ever see Clarissa really losing to a girl like Shannon. People want to say Clarissa's not that good of a fighter, and just because that she doesn't knock people out that often. But let me tell you, women are fighting with 10-ounce gloves, and they only have 2-minute rounds. So you understand that in the sport of boxing, for females, you have very less time to showcase your talents and skills, so you can't really do the things that you want in the ring, and it's really difficult for you to hurt somebody in the ring. See, now this is why that I want 3 minutes and 12 rounds for tough fights that are going to go the distance, because it's going to bring the best out of a female. I don't think it's a problem, but it should be carefully reviewed with proper supervision of a referee to see if a woman can go 12 rounds, because it makes all the sense in the world. Because 10 rounds is just, I don't know if it's me, but I just think 10 rounds is just way too quick. 10 rounds is like very boring for women. It's not going to go anywhere. There's still a lot of unsettled business that needs to be handled in the ring for those last 2 rounds to be in there. And I think women need to have that opportunity to put up that tough fight, because it makes all the sense in the world for females to showcase their talents and skills to show where they're at. So either way, I think Savannah, she knows what Clarissa's going to bring to her, but I don't think Clarissa is the same fighter that she's expecting. So Savannah is going to have to train extremely hard against Clarissa. And I don't know if it's just like a British thing, but British fighters tend to be very biased towards their contemporaries, and I think they just do that to like sell the fight that they want. But mainly, like, if Savannah's really serious about it, and people have been saying, like, could Savannah be the one to defeat Clarissa Shields? And I don't really think so. I don't think Savannah's really gonna hurt Clarissa like many think she's gonna hurt her with. But if we even look at it from the Hannah Gabriel fight, that was a tough fight. Clarissa got rocked and she got dropped, but it was through a flash knockdown that Clarissa didn't see. But when Clarissa made the adjustments, that's when she was very dangerous. She made Hannah like think very difficult on how to throw her punches efficiently, and Clarissa basically styled on her. She did what most women don't want to do, which is outthink her opponent and become more intelligent in the fight as it goes on. And I think that's what's going to happen between her and Savannah. But do I ever see Clarissa getting knocked out by Savannah? Possibly, but I don't think so, because her defense is just that good and a lot better. See, now, if it ever goes to this being the next fight, Clarissa really does need to be careful when it comes to like the weight gain or the weight cuts, because if she's going into MMA too, how is she gonna handle those weight cuts from those two different sports? Because it's gonna be a lot more harder for you to maintain your weight when you're training for MMA and then you're training for boxing, which I don't blame her, because this is gonna be quite a huge dedication for both sports, where she's at least committing at least I would say maybe at least 14-15 hours split to boxing or MMA. So it would probably be 5 hours on boxing and maybe 6 hours in MMA or whatever. So I think Clarissa, if she works hard in MMA and she's not gonna get banged up as much, then I think she'll still be good in boxing. But I just don't want to see that for her, because I just think, like, for her getting back into boxing and she came out of a tough MMA fight, it could, like, it could put, like a lot of wear and tear onto your body, and I don't want to see her get hurt like that, because, for, like, a woman to do two dangerous sports at the same time, you have to train extremely hard to not get hurt in, like, MMA more than boxing, because at least in boxing you have other gloves on to not really hurt people to the greater degree. But I'm probably just saying that because boxing, it can go either way with the headbutts, but that's really it. Well, more so people could do more dirty stuff in a boxing fight, but I just think with MMA that's a lot more lethal, because you're in an octagon and with a cage, and that's very destructive for anyone to go through that type of crap. But yeah, I think Savannah and Clarissa would be a damn good fight. Let's make it next. I know Clarissa's gonna probably have her first PFL fight. I know that for a fact, very soon in the summer. So yeah, let's get that going, and let's see it. All right. So the last thing I want to touch on is just Jaron Ennis and Conor Benn versus Samuel Vargas. Conor Benn and Samuel Vargas wasn't that good. It was a very easy fight to just show that Samuel Vargas did not have anything in the tank for Conor. Conor knocked him out in the first round, and then Conor says, "Oh, I want Amir Khan after this fight," blah blah blah. And let me just make it quick because my phone's about to die. Conor Benn, you are not going to fight Amir Khan. You are a cherry-picking piece of shit, and you know it. You need to fight a guy like Jaron Ennis that just won his fight against Sergey Lipnets, which he did a tremendous job on, and you need to go to that fight next. If not, you are not fighting the better competition. Conor Benn is a hype job. But for Jaron Ennis and Sergey Lipnets, Jaron, you did a tremendous job. He basically wiped the floor on Sergey, made Sergey think a lot different in the fight. and Sergey basically got annihilated. I don't know how else to really put it, but Jaron, you are ready for a world title shot, my man. Shout out to Philadelphia. Shout out to all my cousins that live there. I love you. Rest in peace, Brooke. You know, the anniversary is coming. I'll probably make a video on that. And yeah, thank you very much for everything. I'm at 2% right now, so I gotta go. Jaron Ennis, you need a title shot, my dude. Let's get it going. And I will see you guys later, and have a good day. Thank you, and goodbye.